What an awesome week we had last week. We're going to go over the top 10 with you, and then we're going to jump into how to win at life. All right. Big topic for today's call, but this is the time of the year, right, where people either enjoy their life or they absolutely dread it. All right. The holiday season is upon us, and it could either be the most exciting time of the year for you or it could be the most depressing. And so, my goal for today's call is to go over some simple things with you so that you can just win at this season in your life over the holiday season with your business, with your family, and with everything. So, we're going to jump into that here, but check it out. Top 10 from last week. Way to lead the way. Coming in the top 10, we had Kelly putting her name at the top of the charts as she runs to finishing up this year strong. Big shout out to Julie finding herself in the top 10 again. I think I should just permanently put Julie's name on this sheet because she is always in the top 10. So big shout out to her. Big shout out to Jess for being in the top 10. Big shout out to Ray for dominating it like always. Stephanie crushing it. She has just had an absolute amazing last quarter of this year, putting her name at the top of the leaderboards in the net business and on the weekly report. So nice work to you, Stephanie. Big shout out to Becky. Again, I feel like Becky, Jenna, and Julie, I should just put a permanent placeholder for you guys in the top 10 because you are always crushing it. So way to go, Becky. Nice work to you. Nice work to Jenna. Like always, big shout out to the running agent of the year, Erin, for finding herself in the top 3. So nice work to you, Erin. Sam had an awesome week, going way over 8K, hitting the incentive that Alicia put out there. So nice work to you, Sam, for crushing your week. And then taking home number 1, let's give a big shout out to none other than Allison Chapman for having an amazing week as she dominates the life and Medicare side of things. So Allison, nice work to you taking home agent of the week last week. So that's a huge feat out of the entire agency. You took home number 1. So super proud of you guys. Way to go. Top 10 on the week. Guys, jumping into this topic. So I want you guys to go to the WhatsApp chat, go to the agency chat, all right, what are you most thankful for, right? We're going to go the cliche route today, all right, as it's Thanksgiving week, but put what you're most thankful for. And then throughout today's call, I want you to keep that on your mind, okay, as we jump through this topic of today, which is just winning, okay, at life. What do I mean by that? So number 1, okay, I'm going to give you guys 5 tips. Now, this is going to be geared towards your business, towards your agency, right? But I also want you to try to apply it to just everyday life too, because these 5 things are things that have kept me grounded. They're things that have kept me on track. And anytime I kind of feel like I'm straying away, all right, then I look back on these 5 things, okay, and it just puts my life back into the right perspective. So number 1, winning during the holiday season, okay, not just at life, but also in business. Be mindful to put God first. Okay, I think that this is one of the things that I always have to come back to. Whenever life seems like it's getting a little bit crazy out there, I always have to look back and think, am I putting him first or have I been putting me first? And if I could put this number 1 tip here for you, this is the number 1 thing that I think has led, not that I think, that I know has led to us having the life that we have, right? Is putting him first in every single aspect, all right? In the good times, but also the bad times. You know, I was thinking about this. I think I was talking to my dad about this. We went to a little hunting trip in Kentucky. Each year we try to go get away for a few days and just go have fun. And as we were talking on the drive up to Kentucky, it was an 8-hour drive. We had talked about how, you know, it's interesting. We all are kind of running around. Like as we're driving down the highway, right? You see all these cars flying past us. Everybody's running around. And we're just like, why? Right? Like we were sitting there looking at all these cars, thinking like, where's everybody going? Like there's just people everywhere. What is the purpose of what everyone's doing? And I think back to this very first point, which is putting God's first. Guys, sometimes in this life, we live it like it's going to end. All right. I don't know if you've done that before, but I know I do it. Live it like eventually life is going to be over as you know it. And so you look back at what you're doing throughout the week, throughout the year, and have to ask yourself, like, what's the point of it? Right? What is the actual point? But I think that's because we're forgetting to put God first. We're forgetting that we serve an eternal God, right? Somebody who promised us eternal life, right? Your life is never going to actually end. All right. It's crazy to think about that. But if you are a believer in Christ, that's his promise, is to have eternal life. So stop living like your life is going to end in 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is, right? Because it's not. So putting God first in everything you do, guys, at the end of the day, that's really all that matters, right? So that's number one, my number one tip for you at winning life. But number two, this is my all-time favorite, okay, is clear your brain. Guys, you can, as business owners, as agency owners, you can only fit so much in to this thing right here, right? And if you're fitting just a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter and it's taking up space, you got to clear it out of the way, right? Picture your brain like a coffee cup, like this new fancy McDonald's coffee cup that they've got going on here. But picture it like that. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but for some reason here lately, if I go to get coffee somewhere, it's almost like the coffee is filled to the very top of the cap. And every time I go to drink it, I spill it on myself. I don't know if they're filling the coffee up with the cap on so they can fit as much as possible in there. I don't know how they do it, but somehow they always manage to do it to where the coffee is all the way up here. That's just like your brain, right? Guys, if you have too much into it, you're just going to make a mess, right, out of your life. So clear your brain and only have in there what's actually important, what actually matters, right? I love social media, but TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you scrolling through those reels, like watching 400 videos within a 1 minute time frame, is horrible for your brain. So clear that out. Guys, if you want to win at life, you want to have a really good finish to this year for your agency, you've got to clear out all the junk and then just keep in there what actually matters, what actually drives the ball forward. All right. That's what should be in your brain. That's what you should be thinking about. So that's point number two. Point number three. All right. Put a dollar amount to your hour, right? This will absolutely make you sick if you figure out, okay, what you made per hour in this business. So add up all the time that you've spent in the field. All right. For this year, you should have it on your activity tracker. Look at what you made. Figure out what that is per field hour. All right. And then throughout your day, think about what you're doing and how much time it's actually costing you. Right. See, sometimes, guys, when we let life kind of control us, what we're doing is we're not realizing, like, how much is this actually costing me per hour to do what I'm doing right now, right? Like if you guys go to your phone right now and you pull up that screen time and you look at the social media screen time and it says like 3 hours a day spent on social media. Well, what if you're worth $100 an hour? That means every single day it is costing you $300 per day to just scroll through social media on your phone. Everything has a price tag to it. And for you being a business owner, the minute you actually add up what that is, you're going to have a lot more respect to your time out there in the field, right? Because I promise you guys, it will make you sick. Some activities you're doing, some things you're doing is costing you thousands of dollars a day, right? A week, all right? Who knows how much it's costing you per year? Let's say you're an agent who struggles getting out your door in the morning. All right. And rather than knocking at your first door at like 10 o'clock, you knock at 11 o'clock. That 1 hour of field time could have cost you $150. Is whatever you did during that hour actually worth $150, right? So add that up. I promise you guys, when I did that, I really started put into perspective, right, what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. And it really made me focus on the time that I was spending. So add that up, put a dollar amount to your actual hour. All right. And watch what it does for you being efficient with your time. Okay. Number 4, tackle big things first. Guys, there's no doubt we're on a short week this week with Thanksgiving. You probably got a lot going on. You got a lot of grocery shopping to do. You got some traveling to do. You've probably got a bunch of clients to follow up with Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, right? You've got a lot going on over the next 3 days. So tackle the big things first. Okay. Don't let the little stuff drag you down, right? Like I was walking around our house yesterday and there are so many things that I still have to do to that house, right? I've got a whole pallet of topsoil dropped off in my driveway that I got to go spread across the yard. I got to go reseed the yard. I've got to go fix in our bathroom, right? One of the kids, I think, took the toilet paper roll handle and knocked it out of the wall, right? So I got to fix that. I got all of these different things to do. But check it out. Are those things that important, right? Should I be focused on those things at 10 o'clock in the morning during a workday? No, right? I can do that at nighttime. I can do that whenever. So I can do it on the weekend. All right. So tackle the big things first. All right. As an agency owner, you really got to be careful of allowing all the little stuff to cram up and then allowing it to distract you throughout your workday. So think about what are the biggest things you need to accomplish over the next 3 days, write them out and hit that target, right? Let's say you need to make 5 sales by Wednesday so that you can take off for Thanksgiving, right? Good Friday, Thanksgiving, all that good stuff. You can take off for a couple of days, not have to stress out about bills or money. You got to hustle, right? The next 3 days, put those big things first, knock them out on a Monday, right? Go out there, have a huge day today to relieve some stress. Okay. Put a power night in today and Tuesday so that over the holiday, you can just enjoy your holiday, right? Not be stressed out about having to go buy that turkey or those, whatever it is, or, travel and all that good stuff. So tackle the big things first. Don't sweat the small stuff. Okay. Don't let the small stuff derail you from actually accomplishing the big goals that you have set for yourself. All right. And then lastly, on today's call is don't leave any white space. Okay. This was a tip I got from a guy named Dan Martell. He's got a YouTube video, really good YouTube channel if you ever watch him, just on tips and stuff like that. But no white space. What is white space? It's just blank time. It's blank things, right? It's just downtime, basically. Don't have that in your day. Okay, white space. What is found in white space? Anxiety, depression, all right, whatever, bad thoughts, right? White space will drive you insane. All right, block out your time every day, all day, so that you can be on schedule. Okay, that's the biggest tip I could have for you guys. Out there in the field, there should be no white space. All right, if you're dialing on the phones, there should be no white space. You shouldn't be, going 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour without having any phone calls, any appointments, without talking to people at the door, right? So, guys, if you want to find success in this industry, you can't have white space, right? What I would do in the field, I would book 8 appointments per day on the hour, right? So I would have an appointment between 9 and 10, 10 and 11, 11 and 12, 12 and 1, and I would book it for 8 hours. And I knew that there was going to come a time where my appointment was going to run over by a little bit, right? And I was going to be late to the next one, whatever. But I also knew that if I booked 8, 2 people probably were going to cancel. They probably were going to stand me up, probably going to forget the appointment. But that would guarantee that I sat down with 6 people every single day, right? 6 times 5, what's that? That's 30 presentations in a week. All right. But I never had white space in my schedule. Guys, that's so important for you. Don't have any white space, right? Don't go 2 hours without talking to people, without phone calling people. Don't go 2 hours without a presentation. Have all of that blocked out, okay? No white space in your schedule. You want to overbook yourself, all right? As a business owner, you really want to overbook it so that whatever cancels, whatever slips through the cracks, right, puts it into a realistic schedule for yourself. But if you want to win at this job, you can't have white space, right? So look at your schedule for this week, figure out what it looks like, right? If your schedule looks like this, right? It's just a blank piece of paper. All right. That is a lot of white space. I want you guys to write down every hour of the day and fill it with something. Okay. Doesn't all have to be work related, right? But put every hour of daylight, right? From 7 to 5 p.m., 6 p.m., every hour have something in there of what you're going to do to take yourself and your business to the next level. So that's all I got for you guys on today's call. Just some quick tips at winning at life. But big shout out again to the top 10 for dominating last week. Here they are again, if you guys want to shoot a picture of that chart. But way to go to the top 10. Happy Thanksgiving week. We're still going to run a call on Wednesday. All right. And we will be back here Wednesday morning. So appreciate you guys for tuning in.